Hey guys, what's up? I noticed sometimes people will do a lot of death threats on YouTube with comments on it, and sometimes it makes the person feel angry or so. And sometimes when I see death threats, they just mean like, oh, the person is very angry. But for you guys that don't know what is actually death threat, it is described as a term that threatens to do something bad to the person on YouTube. And it's against the rules on YouTube. You cannot do that in here. Also, I saw a lot of death threat on YouTube comments, and they were really hurtful for everyone. So guys, this is just a reminder. Please don't put any death threats. You're not allowed to put any death threats on someone's videos. If you do that, you will get your comment removed. And it also says this: please respect other people. If you're commenting, please respect other people. If you do not respect other people, you're gonna get in big trouble if you do that. Like this. And the reason why some comments are turned off is because some people would like to use a lot of bad language, or worse, they like to use a lot of these death threats sometimes. And it says this: remember to keep comments respectful and follow our community guidelines. And also, you cannot actually say death threats to other people. It's not nice. Comments like that will not help. It won't make the situation worse, and sometimes death threats are not okay to others, especially people. Sometimes I would see people doing death threats, and sometimes on YouTube channels they do it, but for my YouTube comments, please do not put any death threats. Any death threats, they will be removed immediately. If I see these death threats, they'll be removed immediately. And there's also a thing about the YouTube comments. Please don't swear on YouTube, because sometimes I like to do it, and please don't actually put comments like that. On YouTube, do not use profanity for comments. Profanity is strictly forbidden on some of the YouTube comments. So apparently, don't try to attempt to do these like I did. I did this once, and sometimes I get really upset. So apparently, just don't do any more like death threats again, because I noticed one time I apparently thought to myself that I wanted to do some of these death threats, but it's kind of not nice to do these death threats, because if you do these death threats, you're gonna get into trouble, and guess what? YouTube may delete your account. Also, please don't ever call people a hypocrite, because if you call people hypocrite, it is not nice, and some people would do that due to their behavior. But I do see why people would make videos to prove people they are hypocrites and they hate something. It's just their opinion, so please don't do any like these prove that people are hypocrites, because if you do, you're gonna get into trouble. This is just a warning for you guys. Be careful what you post. Like, you make videos online, be careful what you say. Do not do any death threats. And also, death threats is against the law. You could get immediately arrested if you do that to other YouTubers. If you see a death threat or some kind of not safe comment, don't comment it. Report this immediately. Or you can just tell the person to stop. But for some people who do that, I don't know what will happen, but you guys will get into more and more trouble if you like do this. This is just a reminder, everyone. Please don't ever use death threats or try to do something which is not safe, like death threats, rude comments, or anything like profanity. Because last time I used profanity against this girl, I told her to shut the bleep up, but this time I'm not gonna use profanity, for other YouTubers, and I won't actually follow like my friend did, because actually some people would like to use the F word when they're angry, but it doesn't work. Sometimes it'll only make the situation worse, but instead try to ignore it, and please don't ever use death threats, guys, because if you use death threats, you're gonna get into trouble, and YouTube has to remove it. So please respect others in their comments. This is just a reminder for you guys that have a YouTube channel. Please comment nice words, comment nice things. Don't act up like me or any others who use the F word for comments. It's not gonna work, and this will make the troll even angrier. So guys, please don't ever use death threats. If the person tells too much of information, don't try to use death threats. If you're being annoyed, tell a grown-up immediately, or let someone help you. But don't ever use death threats to a person for this. It's against the rules, and you may get into trouble. If the person comments like they don't deserve to lose Tekna something, don't try to ever use a death threat towards a person. Death threats is not gonna help. If you use some swear words to the person may feel very upset, and they may get sad because you said that word, or you just call them a hypocrite. But because I just call people a hypocrite just because they can't handle my opinion, please guys, don't do the same thing like I did. Otherwise you can end up like me, because sometimes I like to use a lot of profanity or some kind of bad things to others. I sometimes tend to fight with other YouTubers, or I sometimes tend to rage in capital letters to say this. I'm not gonna even tell you this again. And please, if you're not gonna tell the user this again, don't try to use the F word or try to do any death threats to others. Death threats are not okay. You can get arrested, and it's also against the law. In all over the world, many people will use death threats to other people. Some others have committed suicide, so apparently let's try not to do that, and please be respectful. If the person say they don't like the show, deal with it. Don't try to make a video out of them, like saying people are hypocrites. It's not nice, and sometimes people would say that it's not good to call people hypocrites. I did it once, and I shouldn't be doing this again. So that's all for it.